Another couple of challenges in a telecom domain. Multiple and time-consuming tasks such as rekeying data, updating fields, navigating applications, then getting a customer-specific information from the different applications. This kind of task many agents are doing and performing day to day, and this is very frustrating, I believe, because what is happening that they are not utilizing whatever the data they are having. They are just extracting this data and putting to the customers and putting into the different agents, or for the putting into the different applications. But RPA can provide a first call resolutions, and these agents will be having the information right time and right manner that allows them to focus onto the customer. Last challenge here we are listed over here, that the optimize value of the customer. Telecom service providers need to reevaluate business processes and introduce additional systems and resources. Because of this, behavioral of the customer and the customer will change. Why we are talking about this? Because all the times the behavior of the customer is getting changed, so that the application is getting changed. RPA can support on that, top of that, where efficiency performance can be achieved through that particular RPA, if you are going to put any RPA solution into the telecom domain or a particular process. Here I want to tell you which are those processes can be put it for the RPA, or which can be a right candidate for RPA. Suppose apart from this telecom domain, it's a general category I'm talking about, where common business process and activities are there, where quote to cash, such kind of activity can be put it into the RPA, where the bot can run onto that quote to cash process itself. Then customer onboarding, then data migration and entry, that can be done easily. If you are in sales, then such as that creating and delivering invoices, that is a right candidate for RPA. Even for the updating CRM, that is also one of the right candidate for RPA. This information is not provided over here. I'll provide that information as well to you. If I'm talking about the tech support, then L1 support, such as a regular diagnosis and the testing, that can be a right candidate for any kind of RPA tool. I'll give an example of HR, where we have also developed a couple of bots. HR has the multiple processes. If you're talking about these processes can be put it into the RPA domain, and we can put bots for that particular processes, such as candidate sourcing, or payroll automation, or absence management, or expense management, or if you see employee data management. These kind of processes can be worked around and through RPA, and these processes can achieve most of the ROI for that particular organization. I'm moving to the next slide, that is a solution architect. This is a high level architect we are talking about right now. I'll finish within 10 minutes, so that we'll be having a 10 minute domain RPA scenario, or RPA solution architect I'm talking about right now. If you see, there are 3 layers right now. It's a control layer, execution layer, and the customer application layer as well. What control layer does? It's basically a fundamental building block for the control room. This is a control room, and I've taken this architect with respect to one of our partner. This is Automation Anywhere. We are using currently over here, and over here now what is talking about this control room server hosts onto the control room application. This control room server hosts control room application. Then server repository. Server repository is where all automation scripts are uploaded from the development side. Then again, MS SQL database, that is a RDBMS. This RDBMS provides a control room configuration data like schedules, then user details, roles, and tables, etc. This server repository and SQL server, they are collectively known as a shared data services or data tier. And this web control room, that's a web services from there, it's called as the application tier. Here we have not mentioned a SVN server, and I believe that it's next in next slide it's mentioned over here. This SVN server will support for versioning script as well. So another box will come for the SVN server where the version control scripts are stored over there. Second layer is that execution layer. If you see this one, BC and BR, BC stands for bot creator and BR stands for bot runner. So bot creators enables with application to create software robots, and they automate business processes. These bots configuration software to perform the task we are assigned and control. Bot are run automatically through a bot runner according to their schedules, which these bot runners have the they run onto the schedules as well as depending upon the times of when we want to run that particular thing, that can be run. But these bot runners always link with the control room always, and depending this is a master heart of this particular application, that is Automation Anywhere. Another layer is called as the customer application. This customer application layer will come from the customer directly. Customer application stack may have different tools such as order management, feasibility, service provisioning, then customer complaint handling, network monitoring, then SLA management and planned event management. So these applications will come from the customer directly. So here we are talking about the Remedy, that's a ticketing system, Q2000, Maximo. These are again telecom domain applications utilized for order management and feasibility. MS Excel is from the Microsoft Excel. This application will come directly from the customer. So if you are talking about the control layer, execution layer, and the custom layer, they are interlinked. I'm moving to the next slide. I believe we have done these things. I'll just move to the last slide now. This is basically a Automation Anywhere installation high level setup. Here we have the control room. This is a control room. This control room consists of database server for the Automation Anywhere database. This is basically a MS SQL server, and then a web server where automation control room is residing. Basically IIS 6.0, 7.0 utilized over here, and then SVN server is also here, where the all Automation Anywhere code repository will be sitting onto that particular SVN server. Then again, bot creators, where the bot creator license will be required while installing this particular application, and it will be having the access of that particular control room. Bot runner, again, as we discussed, it's like agents and the clients application, and they will be running on the scheduling basis. As per my experience, my suggestion would be, whenever we are going to have any kind of setup, so direct application access should be required for that particular control room, even for the bot creator and the bot runners. So there will be the less dependency onto that particular application from where the parameters and attributes are getting extracted. So these are the things right now with me. I would like to give one point over here, why automation anywhere. Basically, automation anywhere, utilize the general data protection regulation. It's coming under the general data protection regulation, and besides that, it has a strong encryption, and it has a credential vault, and role-based access can be given through that particular control room. And even if you have the LDAP server, that through that LDAP server, single sign-on can be possible. And even we are talking about logs will be created and stored at particular repository. So that makes automation anywhere more lucrative as compared to others. So that most of the time people are preferring, or organizations are preferring, automation anywhere. That's it from my side. We will start question and answer. One question has come saying that any prerequisite. I really don't know what kind of the thing we are talking about. Prerequisite with respect to implementation or automating the processes. This question has come from Chucha. So, Chucha, are you there? So I'll take that question with respect to RPA automation. So prerequisite for any kind of process automation, we can automate the processes which is rule based, where the structured data is available, and this business, where the business processes can be automated through that particular platform. Is it okay, Chucha, or you are expecting other than that? You can chat onto the window as well. I think is not responding. Any other questions, queries?
Thanks to both. I think we can close the webinar. And if they have questions, they can send it by email.
Fine. Thanks everyone for joining this webinar, and thanks Ibrahim and Doctor for extending your support. Good night.